Hi everyone, today's headlines. 561 healthcare workers vaccinated in Nagaland yesterday. Armed cadre of NSCN-U apprehended in Peren district. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to flag off 8 trains for better connectivity to Statue of Unity at 11 am. AIIMS security guard develops allergic reaction after vaccinated, kept under observation. US retained terrorist designation of Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba. 29 dead in Norway after getting vaccinated, what we know so far. US state capitals, Washington on alert for possible pro-Trump armed protest. Philippine Air Force helicopter crash kills all 7 abroad. Nagaland COVID-19 tally 12,054. Kohima Science College land issued finally resolved after cabinet steps in. News in details. 561 healthcare workers vaccinated in Nagaland yesterday. Along with the rest of the nation, 561 healthcare workers including doctors, nurses and support staff were vaccinated in Nagaland yesterday, January 16, 2021. Dr. Ritu Thur, State Immunization Officer, Directorate of Health and Family Welfare, Government of Nagaland informed that Covishield vaccine was safely administered to 561 healthcare professionals on the first day across 9 districts in Nagaland. All vaccinated workers will receive the subsequent second dose after 28 days and COVID-19 appropriate behaviors will be strictly maintained even after the vaccination. In the first day, vaccination drive was conducted in Kohima, Dimapur, Peren, Phek, Moguchong, Voka, Tunjang, Zunabado, Mon and Voka district in Nagaland. All 11 districts in Nagaland will have more session of vaccination for the remaining healthcare workers from Monday. The security forces in a joint operation with police representative apprehended an armed cadre of NSCN-U near Zamzurium village under Peren district in Nagaland on January 14, 2021. PRO Defense Kohima on Saturday informed that during the operation, they also recovered one 7.65 mm pistol and a live round from the apprehended NSCN-U cadre. Apprehended cadre with recoveries have been handed over to Jaliki police station for further investigation, it added. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to flag off 8 trains for better connectivity to Statue of Unity at 11 am. In order to boost tourism at the Statue of Unity in Gujarat, Kevadia, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday will flag off 8 trains to connect the region with different parts of the country. The flagging of ceremony will be conducted via video conferencing at 11 am Sunday, which will also be attended by Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani and Union Railway Minister Piyush Goyal. Modi on Saturday said Kevadia is the India's first with green building certification. Now, more reason to visit the Statue of Unity. This iconic statue, a tribute to the great Sardar Patel, is connected via railways to different regions of India. 8 trains will be flagged off today, 17 January at 11 am. AIIMS security guard develops allergic reaction after getting vaccinated, kept under observation. A security guard at Delhi's AIIMS developed an allergic reaction or anaphylaxis after being administered COVID-19 vaccine shot on the first day of the nationwide inoculation drive. Anaphylaxis causes a series of the symptoms including a rash, low pulse and shock if not treated promptly. The worker has been kept under observation of doctors at the hospital, ANI quoted an AIIMS official as saying. The 20-year-old was administered a jab of COVID-19 vaccine Covaxin, one of the 2 vaccines that have been approved by the country's drug controller for restricted emergency use as of now. Indigenously developed COVID-19 vaccine Covaxin is produced by Hyderabad-based Bharat Biotech. It was delivered to 12 states across the country ahead of the launch of the vaccination drive. As per the AIIMS official, a total of 95 healthcare beneficiaries were given to the COVID-19 vaccine at Delhi's hospital on Saturday. US retained terrorist designation of Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba. Days ahead of the transition of power, the US Department of State said that it has amended the terrorist designation of LJ and ISIL Sinai Peninsula to include additional aliases. The United States has reviewed and maintained the terrorist designation of Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba and Lashkar-i-Jhangvi along with ISIL Sinai Peninsula and several other organizations. Days ahead of the transition of power, the US Department of State said that it has amended the terrorist designation of LJ and ISIL Sinai Peninsula to include additional aliases. 29 dead in Norway after getting vaccinated. What we know so far. As many as 29 people above the age of 75 died in Norway after getting vaccinated for COVID-19. Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine is the only vaccine available in Norway. The number of people above 75 with serious underlying health condition who died after taking vaccines for the coronavirus disease in Norway went up to 29 on Saturday. The Scandinavian country, which has inoculated more than 25,000 people since the vaccination drive began on December 27 last year, has confirmed the deaths. Earlier, the age group thought to be in the danger zone was above 80, but the fresh 6 deaths on Saturday further lowered it to 75 and also raised caution over which groups to target in national inoculation program. US state capitals Washington on alert for possible pro-Trump armed protest. The nationwide security scramble followed the deadly January 6 attack on the US Capitol by a mix of extremists and Trump supporters, some of whom called for the death of Vice President Mike Pence as he presided over the certification of Biden's election victory. 10 days after raiders breached the US Capitol in a deadly attack that stunned the world, cities nationwide were griddling for a potential new wave of violent protests over the weekend, erecting barriers and deploying thousands of National Guard troops. The FBI warned police agency of possible armed demonstration outside all 50 state capitol buildings starting Saturday through President-elect Joe Biden inauguration on January 20, fueled by supporters of President Donald Trump who believe his false claims of electoral fraud. Philippine Air Force helicopter crash kills all 7 abroad. A Philippine Air Force helicopter carrying supplies for counter-insurgency forces crashed in the country's south on Saturday, apparently due to engine trouble, killing all 7 people on board, military officials said. The UH-1H helicopter made an emergency landing after encountering engine problem but crashed in a mountain area in Impasugong town in Bukidnon province. Regional Army spokesperson Maj. Rodolfo Cordero Jr. said. Troops secured the crash site and retrieved the bodies of 4 Air Force crewmen, including 2 pilots as well as an Army soldier and 2 military men. Cordero and the Army said. Nagaland COVID-19 tally 12,054. Nagaland on Saturday recorded 15 new COVID-19 positive cases, 11 in Kohima, 3 in Mogacho and 1 in Dimapur, taking the tally to 12,054. In its weekly bulletin, Health and Family Welfare Department expressed serious concern that the uncontrolled spread among the age of group 21 to 40 years was increasing risk in the higher age groups. The department also said that a super spreader event was reported during the week. The recent spread in a convent following the festive season in Varisom, it said. Kohima Science College land issue finally resolved after cabinet steps in. In a landmark decision, the land issue of Kohima Science College Jotsuma Kohima, which has dragged on for the past 3 decades, finally got resolved after the state cabinet agreed in principle to some key points at a meeting at the Chief Minister Residential Office, Kohima on December 18 last. The cabinet accepted the compact area of 50 acres demarcated for the college by the district administration, while PhD department was to relocate its infrastructure to an appropriate government land elsewhere, with the government to bear the expenses around rupees 9.6 crore for shifting. It was also agreed to introduce a new system called freehold propagated by Chief Minister Nefirio. Under this, land originally belonging to Kohima Science College and subsequently allocated to private parties will be declared as freehold. In principle, the freehold land will belong to the government, which can take any decision, including taxation, in the future should the need arise. That's all for now. To get such latest news, don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you.